listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver.
What the hell is that?
Podcast.
It's Thursday. It's hot out. Sweaty balls are everywhere, and it's time for the Pittsburgh Piledriver Podcast. We're going to do picks for NXT. Step back a second. We haven't done NXT picks in a hot minute, but you know what? It's not tie-dye anymore. Beef says it's getting better. Again, I don't know because I don't watch it. Why am I on a wrestling podcast? Nobody knows. Maybe it's because I'm friends with people that actually watch wrestling, and they allow me to grace you with my presence by being on a wrestling podcast, even though I don't know anything about wrestling. So let's go ahead and do picks. Tom, Beef, Ransom, Poot. The four of us live in the heart of the world because we're lovable. Sometimes we're hateable. Sometimes we're disgusting. A lot of the times we're sweaty. But at the end of the day, fuck you and your mom. We don't care about either one of you. We're going to do a podcast. How do you like that? How's that for alienating fans? Suck it easy, jerk-offs. And look, this is the first time you're listening to this show. Why are you starting on 202? Go back and listen to some of the earlier ones when I say something that's really horrendous about you and your mom. But you know what? We don't mean it. It's just, that's who we are. That's who I am, playing a character. Loud, asshole, it's the shtick, man. It's the shtick. None of this is meant to be taken seriously. So, bend over, spread them. Let's talk wrestling.
Buffoonery.
That was a fucking master stroke. That was a train of thought that didn't derail one bit, and it went from
have face droopage.
It went from.
I was gonna say which makes you think that maybe Ransom had a stroke.
It went from. That was a train that was so ideal. It went from Stripperopolis to Handjobville. Like that was the perfect train.
And everybody knows you got to get the hand jobs from the strippers because you don't trust any other orifice in their body.
Well, yeah, who's going to fill the seats?
Ticket, please. No ticket. Hi, everybody. Yeah. So, wow. Speaking of trains, woo. Fuck
Running
you.
one.
4
on that stripper.
1. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Somebody pack the rubbers.
I like how it's like, oh boy,
The train has derailed. There were 4 victims and no survivors. Now we are the 4 horsemen of the WrestlePocalypse, here to unwittingly seal the fate of wrestling forever.
My head's
Man down. Yeah, so we're gonna do Great American Bash picks.
Fuck. Yes, we are.
I'm happy that the Great American Bash is like a yearly thing for NXT. And it's just announced that NXT is bringing back No Mercy as well, which is super cool.
I like
Diggity dog.
Go on.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was a quality reference. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some. Anyway,
Yeah.
Look. Yepperoo. Are these just like weeklies? Is this just like the Great American Bash as aired on NXT TV, or is this like
this is a premium live event on Peacock on Sunday.
Okay, all right. I'm glad that they're doing that. They're not relegating it to a weekly show.
I believe No Mercy's doing the same thing. Halloween Havoc, I think, has been like part of the weekly shtick. Like I think Vengeance Day was part of the weekly shtick. So like they've brought some stuff back, which is great. I totally agree. I would love to see these all be more like Sunday events, Saturday events, Friday night events, whatever, rather than like Tuesday with fucking Vic Joseph going, "Oh, we'll be right back. Catch us at picture-in-picture." Man, am I sick of picture-in-picture.
Oh, sorry.
Fucking blood and guts. Sorry, it's not even Vic Joseph. It's fucking Booker T and who's down with Booker T? It might be Vic Joseph.
Wade Barrett.
No, Wade Barrett's on SmackDown.
I don't know, but you know what?
It might be Vic. Anyway,
him and his shucky ducky quack.
My point remains, like I think that some of the best fucking events, at least in AEW. I can't speak for NXT, but like in AEW this year alone, quality fucking matches that would have been like 5 stars if they were on a pay-per-view are on TV getting fucking dissected by commercials. And it's like, my fucking God, I get it. Pay the bills. It makes sense. But fuck. Big matches deserve to be on fucking pay-per-view so you can see them uninterrupted. All this to say, let's pick some Great American Bash. All right, here are your matches. Pay attention. I'm sure I'm going to have to say it 8 times. So, pre-show. The mixed 8-person tag team match. Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazier, Yusilia Leon, and Valentine Feroz takes on the Metaphor, Noam Dar, Oro Mensa, Jakara Jackson, Lash Legend. I don't know a ton about them, but I know the Metaphor is pretty fucking great.
Are these guys?
The Metaphor is a great name. That feels like a really, really B-tier Marvel spin-off superhero group, and I love it.
And they've been like wheeling around like a disheveled fucking Noam Dar in a fucking bucket half. Yeah,
he lost it. He lost his Heritage Cup or whatever. So he's like catatonic in a wheelchair.
Yeah,
I love it.
Good stuff, man. Like good stuff. Dirty, which is apparently his new fucking nickname, Dirty Dom Mysterio defends against Wesley and Mustafa Ali, and don't tell me that this is going to be the best match in the card match, in a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Tiffany Stratton defends the Women's Championship against Thea Hale with Chase U, Andre Chase, and Duke Hudson. Gallus, which is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, with Joe Coffey, defends against the Family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stax Lorenzo. Gable Steveson, in his first WWE match, faces Baron Corbin. Roxanne Perez faces Blair Davenport. And Carmelo Hayes defends the title against Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport, by the way, is a Weapons Wild match. I'm assuming that that's just a fancy name for an Extreme Rules match.
Dude,
how many different ways can we rebrand a hardcore match?
In many ways.
Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov is going to be stupid. That's going to be so dumb. Oh, it's going to be the best.
The Tiffy Thea Hale match is a submission match as well. So let that be known. But yeah, so here we are. It is a pretty good card, honestly. You know, a lot of the big fan love talent, a lot of the up and comers, and you know, just kind of a good hodgepodge. So anyway,
hey, before we get into it, can I ask a question?
Yes, your answer.
Where's Breaker been? Is he still in NXT?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
He is feuding with Apollo Crews. He had something on Wednesday night or Tuesday night, and I don't remember exactly.
Weird, he's not on a pay-per-view.
What interaction? Well, I mean, you know, they can't all be on pay-per-views, man. Like, you know,
he ran roughshod for a long time with the title and everything. So now that he's a heel, they're probably keeping him off of TV a lot. You know, not putting him on as much because you're probably going to see him on the main roster within the next 6 months. I bet.
Just don't rough around the edges. I think that they're kind of like working the heel shtick to help him get better at that. And honestly, I think I'm here for fucking heel Brawny than I am face Braun for sure.
Yeah,
I was just hoping that he wasn't paying for the sins of the father.
Any Steiner is better as a heel.
Agreed. No, I don't think that's the case. Fucking, just to touch on that, fucking WrestleFest in Detroit or whatever they're calling it, Sinapalooza, like invited him, Rick, that is, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" They're like, "Do you guys remember what happened last time?" And they were like, "Well, you know, he issued a half-assed apology, so we're taking it." And everyone's like, "You guys are fucking dumb." And then 2 days later, they're like, "Oh, you know what? We're not gonna let Rick Steiner come because we have a higher moral compass." Blah blah blah. And it's like, no, you fucking don't.
Nope, they don't. They spun it.
Fucking invited him, and then there was a backlash, and you're like, "Oops, well, we got to get that money." So I hope
mistakes are made.
I hope no one goes. Like, period. Like, regardless of the Rick Steiner fucking situation, I hope no one goes because of that. Because it's very clear that it was a cash grab, and then they're like, "Oops, our bad." You waka waka. Anyway, so here we are. The pre-show match will be the Metaphor match, which what we'll pick first. Again, Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazer, Ulyssa Leon, and Valentine Feroz versus the Metaphor. I am not familiar with anybody but Noam Dar, Dragon Lee, and a little bit Nathan Frazer. So like that's
Yeah.
I think we're all kind of like coming from the same area of incompetence here.
How many total points?
7 matches, so there's
47 points.
Thank you. Wait a minute.
Before we do that, let me just run the standings real quick. So our beloved Tigray is leading the pack right now. Tiger at the front of the pack with 22 points.
Uppercut.
The resident chicken bone eater, Beef the Legend, at 21. The champ at 19, very respectable. We got a fucking log jam at 19. Pat's at 19. Dave's at 19. Ryuk, glad to see him back, is at 18. Amber's at 18. She'll fuck it up. Ransom's at 15, and Poot's at 13. Poot 13.
Yep. Yeah.
Money in the Bank was not your event.
No, man.
No.
Even that's because my big pointer did not work for me, and I was like, oh, good.
Don't worry, Poot. Later on in the month, you and I are going to have an all-out, drag-out, bloody knuckles fight for last place.
I'm
coming for you, Poot.
We'll put it on PCAC.
Hulk Hogan.
I'm coming for that last place, Poot. I'm coming for it.
We're not doing that. So, I think that NXT here is going to spice it up. I don't know if Jimmy will even pick. I hope he does. But, I think Jimmy. Sometimes
be calling out Jimmy.
No, I'm saying that sometimes NXT has slipped past our Lucha friends. Hopefully he does. Like you said, I don't think anybody really knows this iteration of NXT real well. So, he not really. If anybody, Tom probably knows the most.
No.
I keep a side eye on it on Tuesday nights now. I'm not like full on like.
No, I'm the same as you, man. I'm side eyed.
Okay,
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
So we're probably at about the same.
Oh no.
The same length. So yeah, like I said, like this ought to spice things up. So mixed person matches, the faces versus the heels. Champ, you're not on the show, but the resident cruiserweight champ is on the show. So
we're gonna let a Capri Sun thief run the reins on fucking the orders here. Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't need this.
Quit stealing it.
I don't. Tom, you know what? For that injustice, Tom, you're leading us off. Metaphor versus Dragon Lee, Nathan, Ulyssa, and Valentina. Who you got, and how many points?
You make that sound as like it's some kind of punishment. I don't care. I'm picking the fucking Team Dragon Lee. Points. Let's go with. Let me think.
Some just tickled Ransom.
Fucking giggles over here.
Tom goes, I don't know why. I'm taking this for points.
I'm gonna be like Triple H. Yeah.
Dead.
Oh
dead
god.
Home,
Fucking
dead home.
Nerd Triple H.
I love it. I'll take it.
Shit.
Fucking
Triple H.
That's about as good as being called a fucking rip off of The Rock and Stone Cold combined. I'll take it.
Damn it to hell.
Let's see.
Jeez.
7 points there.
Put them all on there, Tom.
Let's go with 5 points on Team Dragon Lee.
Wow, that's a lot.
Damn.
For a bunch of people that we don't know. Whew.
That pick right there will catapult Tom straight to the top.
Yeah,
or bring it crashing down. It's fine. It's probably fine.
Okay. I'm picking the Metaphor. just because of Noam Dar, and I think honestly, the whole thing's pretty funny. So yeah, I got them. I'm not being ballsy like Tom. I'm putting 1 point because I'm trying to win, baby. Just win. Poot, who you got?
50,000 points on just Nathan Frazier.
Just him. Nobody else.
None of these things are actual things. Poot, I need you to expound and extrapolate, please.
Nathan Frazier's a thing in this fight.
He is, but like
something different.
Just Nathan Frazier? No.
Something different. I'm gonna go with 4 points on the metaphor. Jeez. Because again, I like Noam Dar, and they're the named team. So I'm going with they're the named team. And I like the idea because I think with Noam Dar being in the catatonic state and everything, he'll snap out of it and he'll win for them.
Probably not wrong.
Ransom?
Metaphor, 4 points.
Damn.
Wow, you guys are going big. All right. I like it. Gable Steveson takes on Baron Corbin. And again, correct if I'm wrong, but I mean, this is like his first televised match. Like did he have a match at WrestleMania or anything? I don't think he did, right?
No.
Who? Gable Steveson? No.
Yeah. Okay. So like this is it. Like this is your first match, and it's Baron Corbin on NXT. The latter I don't have a problem with. I think that Gable Steveson in NXT is smart. Build up his game, build up his confidence, build him up to be an entertainer. We know he's an athlete. Build up the entertainer. The Baron Corbin thing, kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from because last I knew he was doing a thing with Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hayes beat him, so that was that.
Well, yeah.
They're putting him with Baron Corbin because Baron Corbin will eat the pin.
I mean, yeah, he's a safety net, man. Like Corbin's a guy
he's a pin eater.
He is, but yet
Job squad.
Yet is still a guy who I think could show up on Raw next week and fucking win the IC title. Like Baron Corbin's weird,
especially with the return of the Lone Wolf gimmick.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Baron Corbin's weird. I don't know. Like I think at some point I started respecting him.
Did Baron Corbin was he doing the Lone Wolf thing when he was rowing with Carmelo Hayes?
A little bit, yeah. He started into it.
I think that's kind of where it started.
That's kind of where he brought it back.
Right. So anyway, yeah, this is, as far as I know, Gable Stevens' first WWE match, NXT match, all of the above. Ironic that one Olympic gold medalist wrestling champions last match was with Baron Corbin, and another's is first match with him. I don't know if Gable was an Olympic. I think he's Olympic champion, right?
I think.
If not, he's fucking highly lauded. Anyway, yeah.
Listen. Regardless, he didn't win a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. All right, let's be real.
Nailed it.
Yes, he is. He's the second Olympic gold medalist. Anyway, yes. So so I'm taking Gable. I'm taking 7 points because I don't see the money in having Gable lose his debut to Baron Corbin. Yeah. So 7 points to Gable Steveson. Poot.
Penis balls, Pat Webster. I am gonna do. I'm gonna do.
I love it.
I'm gonna do 7 points on Gable Steveson because, like I said, getting a rub from someone like Baron Corbin, like I think that would be good for him coming out of the gate. You don't often see people lose their debut match, but it does happen. It does happen.
Oh,
from
absolutely,
time to time.
Absolutely.
But Gable Steveson has been
Steveson.
Yeah,
Steveson.
Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman over here. They've been building him for a while. They delayed his debut because he was still pretty green. Mm-hmm. But he's a top tier athlete. He knows how to work. He knows how to put in the work. He knows how to learn. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Gable Stevanagan for 7.
Not even close. Ransom.
Gable, Dr. Death, Steveson Williams. 6 points.
Closer than Poot. Closer than Poot. Tom.
Oh fuck!
Hold me closer.
Hold on a second. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey. Whoa.
Sorry, I had to pause my game.
You did-
I'm gonna go with Gable Steveson. For let me think. 4 points.
Okay. Roxanne Perez and Blair Davenport, the feud that none of us knew we wanted until we got it. Roxanne's a weird case because she absolutely should be like the NXT Women's Champion, but like it's one of those situations where it's like you're probably too good for this kid. So like we gave you your title run. You never lost the title. Let's get you doing other things to open up your repertoire and like showcase your abilities while getting other women over. So yeah, Roxanne Perez, Blair Davenport in a Weapons Wild match.
This is a feud I didn't know that we wanted or that we were going to have.
Yeah, man. Blair Davenport, good. Roxanne Perez, good. Like Weapons, good. Why not? Like let's fucking do it. Yeah, I mean, Blair Davenport is one of the most accomplished UK women's wrestlers out there. I have a lot of respect for her. I don't know at what point she stopped dating Will Ospreay, but that was a thing for a long, long time.
Oh.
So obviously, I'm hoping he rubbed off on her a little bit, giggity. But anyway, Poot, you're the man on this one. You tell me what you want and how much you want.
I want -2 points for Carla Gonzalez.
Oh boy.
No. Which is actually Roxanne Perez's real name. I'm gonna go with. Oh man, this is more Blair Davenport's wheelhouse, is it not?
Sort of feels like it.
But that's why, like, because like Perez, like, what has Perez been up to since she lost the belt? Like, I mean,
she feuded with Cora Jade for a minute. I think Cora Jade came out on top there. And I think she had a match with Tiffy and didn't win, obviously. But yeah, I mean, like, basically, Blair Davenport, they revealed that Blair Davenport was, like, the one behind all, like, the mystery attacks on women, like last year and a half.
Yeah.
So like, I think Roxanne Perez is like the embodiment of the women's division. Try to take her out. I don't know.
I kind of want it to be like, a Becky Lynch the man moment. I want her to get, because like this is not her wheelhouse. I want her to like get down, dirty, bloody, and like come out on top, like biting a kendo stick, just being like, because
sure.
It's like, you know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like that's a way that it could go.
Absolutely.
But Blair Davenport, this was a fairly recent like reveal and debut, correct?
Within the last couple months, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably next month, I think.
I feel like Roxanne Perez can. Oh, man, this is tough. I'm gonna say Blair Davenport for 2, because I feel like Roxanne Perez, I don't know, it could really go either direction. You know what I mean? It could be like a rebirth and a kind of rebranding ish of Roxanne Perez, or it could just be Blair Davenport doing Blair Davenport things.
Sure.
So I'm gonna err on the side of caution and say 2 and say Blair Davenport things.
And I mean, gimmick matches are always like a fucking wild card anyway, so
Wild card.
Ransom, who you got?
Custard good, jam good, meat good, Roxanne Perez good. 3 points.
Tom?
I'm gonna go with Roxanne Perez for 1 point.
Echoing the sentiments of my other 2 compatriots, I too am going Roxy. I think that Blair Davenport's time will come. I think that she will be NXT Women's Champion at some point. But I think that like right now she's still like establishing herself. I think Roxy needs this win, man. Like she's had a lot of like not wins recently, and it's very disheartening because again, like I see the fucking world in her, man. I think that she is absolutely the fucking future of the women's division. So I'm having a real tough time understanding why they're not like capitalizing on that and giving her more time with the NXT title. Other than the only thing I can think of is like I said, my last little spiel was that like they're like, okay, like we don't think that you need the title because you're pretty fucking good without it, which is a fair point. I hate it, but like people are making that same fucking point with LA Knight. Like LA Knight's getting over, he's a big fucking deal without a title. Why give him a title? So like it's a fair fucking point, but I hate it. But anyway, I'm taking Roxanne Perez. Give me the 5 points on Roxanne because I think that she needs this match big time. Dirty Dominic Mysterio with Rhea Ripley defends his North American Championship against Wesley and Mustafa Ali. Did you know?
I bet I know where this is going.
That Dominic Mysterio is the first and only person to main event Raw, NXT, and SmackDown in the same week.
I did know that because I saw that little factoid. Crazy.
And like people fucking 2 years ago were saying Dom needs to go to NXT. Send Dom to NXT. Now Dom's in NXT and people are like, what the fuck's Dom doing in NXT? We want him on fucking Raw. Crazy the way the fucking world turns. Ransom, you're up first in this, my man.
Oh, let's see. Well, little factoid of a tidbit. I had a rant a few episodes ago on old dumb wrestlers being old and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of old and dumb wrestlers, here's another one for the books if you are keeping track of old and dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty Dutch Mantel is pitching fits because Dominic Mysterio is using... Nope.
Oh my God.
He's another one that went on a tirade about how, my name's Dirty Dutch Mantel, and now they're doing Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and that's not right because I'm dirty, and he can't be dirty because I'm dirty. Ain't nobody dirty but me. Oh my gosh, I can't with these old wrestlers being old men and grouchy and grubby and crabby, and like, come on, man, you had your time in the sun. Let somebody else shine for a minute. Like, why? Wasn't it? I apologize. This is not the platform for this. But I'm losing my mind a tidbit. Like, wasn't it back in the day? Didn't old men wrestlers, for lack of a better term, didn't they want to elevate younger people? Like,
and pass shit down like through the fucking generations.
Would you not want to empower the younger talent? It's not like you're still there and still being active. Dutch Mantel hasn't been active on TV as a personality since the We the People era. And that's been a hot minute. Because both those dudes aren't even there anymore. So why would you not want Dom to be elevated? Why would you not want him to get over with this gimmick? Like, why are you upset about this? You haven't been an on-screen personality in years. What's the problem? If that's going to elevate him and get him more heat and more crowd reaction, like, would you not just be happy for him? Hey, the young guys are succeeding. The business is continuing. This is good stuff. Nope. Let's get grouchy because he's using the word dirty.
They're making more money and being healthier than me, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's Jim Cornette syndrome just spewed all over the place. In any case, I apologize. Now's not the time, but I did it anyway because I'm a classless clod.
Okay, Ransom. No, every pro wrestler should strive to be fucking, living in a rundown apartment like Tony Atlas was whenever he was featured on fucking MTV's True Life. I want to be a pro wrestler. That's what they should strive to, not to be healthy, not to be making the most money. Fucking idiots.
Living in their car for fucking 9 months at a time, like Mick Foley, fucking sleeping 8 to a bed to a hotel room to save money. Yeah, man, great. It's fucking stupid. Zeb fucking Mantel, whatever you want to fucking call him.
Zeb McMantel.
He's another product of a bygone era, man.
Bygone.
And you know what else? You know why Dirty fucking Dutch isn't a fucking booker anymore? Because he too was out of touch. Dutch, your day has passed, sir. We the people want you to move the fuck on.
Oh,
you lose, you get nothing.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
You do lose, you get nothing. You probably want to get in a fucking Hall of Fame ring because nobody knows who you are outside of your stupid fucking mustache. Anyway, it was Ransom. It was your pick, sir.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Crooked.
Your mustache is crooked. Oh, poor Gene.
She's type 2, Billy.
I'm gonna do. Look, Dom just won this.
Mm-hmm.
They're going in all the right directions with him, despite my dislike of his fucking fetus face. So I think, and again, like, I'm gonna pick Dom because that makes the most sense to me. But every time I pick the Judgment Day, they're just kind of like, hey, Judgment Day, by the way, eat this pin, eat this loss. Don't look dominant, look like a fool. But I don't learn lessons because, again, there's nothing in between my ears but empty, hollowed out space and maybe a couple of rocks. So, Dominic Mysterio, 7 points.
Wow.
7. Damn.
God, and you fucking wowed at me for fucking 5 points on the.
Yeah, no,
match.
That's just the ball's move to put 7 points in a fucking triple threat match. Thomasy, what do you think?
Damn, Daniel. I mean, I'm going with fucking Dirty Sanchez. I mean, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, but I'm only putting 3 points on it.
Eddie Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
But it's working. That's what's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Every week that mullet gets longer, the scraggle on his face gets worse.
Love it.
And like him and Rhea get more and more like intimate. And it's just like it's hammering away at my brain how well it's working. And all I can think of is like fucking John Cena. If they would have turned him as a heel, think about what he could have accomplished. You know, on top of what he already did. Think about how much the fans would have valued him in the moment. Like Roman Reigns, what if this fucking tribal chief thing happened fucking 2 years before it did? Like, think about how much more fucking like vested this whole thing would be. So like, yeah, like Dom, they did the right thing at the right time. And yeah, you're right, Ransom. Every time that we like, well, hey, we believe in the Judgment Day, it's time for them to win, they lose. But every time we're like, well, the fucking Judgment Day is probably going to lose, they win. Who knows anymore? Who fucking knows?
Up is down, left is right.
Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Poppy is mommy.
Dogs sleeping with cats.
That's what?
What?
Is this a
mass hysteria?
Lives with him. That's one. Anyway,
That's the one.
I'm taking Dom. It would not shock me to see Wesley win the match and get the title back. Hell, it wouldn't shock me to see Mustafa Ali win the match. A little bit. I'd be a little bit shocked if Ali won. But yeah, I mean, Wesley, you know, is like has been like the fucking North American title guy since he beat Mello.
Listen,
and he did great with it. Yeah.
You'd have a better chance of Mustafa Ali going back to leading Retribution than you would have him winning the fucking any title. I'm sorry.
These are facts. These are facts.
I hate that. But you're probably right. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking Dom. I'm putting 3 points on it because there are 3 men in the match. 3 points. I like numbers. Numbers are fun. Poot?
Mustafa Ali, 25 rubles.
These are all things that aren't things, Poot.
Mustafa Ali is a thing.
Mustafa Ali.
That's not a.
These are things that are things.
30 Tiger Ripples.
Mustafa la la la.
Uppercut.
No,
Matt McAfee. Cedric Alexander.
I really thought about going, you know what? Ransom wants to challenge me for last place. I'll show you. I'll show you who's the worst.
I'm coming for you, Poot. Joke's on you. I'm gonna win.
I mean, you two idiots. Like we're at the beginning. You guys are like within fucking 9 points. Don't fucking piss us away, you moron.
Ransom. I'm gonna make a belt out of just a trash bag with like white out as the thing, and that's the P3 trash bag champion.
The fucking loserweight championship.
Dude, I will fight for that championship.
All right, then Mustafa Ali, 6 points.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. I really want to put 1 point on Mustafa Ali. I feel like this would be the like, what the fuck?
Fucking do it.
Nah, well. You know what? I'm gonna put 6 points on Dirty Dom.
That's a lot.
6 points. 6 points on Dirty Dom. Just because I think he'll hang on to it until the next one, or at least when he loses it, it'll be some weird chicanery on a random episode of NXT.
I think at the very least they're gonna get through SummerSlam with that belt on him. And then, depending on what happens there, I honestly think we're going to see the Judgment Day clad in gold, man. I really do. Spoilers for next week's show, but I really think that the Judgment Day stands a heavy chance at having everybody wearing a belt or a briefcase. Gallus defends the NXT Tag Team Championships against the family. Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Joe Coffey. I like Joe Coffey more than Mark Coffey, but it is what it is. Tom, this is your pick.
Damn. Well, this is gonna be my 2-pointer, and I'm not exactly sure where they're going to go with this. How long has Gallus had the titles?
Not long. They just beat the Dyad? No.
It was at WrestleMania weekend.
It was, yes.
It was, yeah. It was part of wasn't it part of a multi
I think so.
Tag team match or something?
Yeah, so, I think so. Was the New Day still champions at that point? They may have been.
Yes. Because Gallus won. And I was thrilled, but I was also like, fuck, that was weird.
Yeah, because wasn't it the New Day had beaten Pretty Deadly?
Pretty Deadly, yeah.
And Pretty Deadly was part of this match.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's the other team.
Might have been the what the fuck's their name? The brothers.
The Creed brothers.
Creed brothers.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put my 2 points on Gallus. Bonus sidebar thing. I feel like we might get a turn. Like some dissension between Stacks and Tony D'Angelo. I think Stacks might turn on him. I don't know. Just a feeling.
Makes sense. Doesn't Stacks look like vaguely like Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah.
Like the same, and I mean, I understand that a lot of fucking kids are wearing their
spoilers.
Fucking hair
It is Patrick Mahomes.
I said, I know a lot of fucking kids are wearing their hair like poodles anymore. But Jesus, man.
But yeah, I think Gallus hangs on to these. I think that the Creed brothers will probably be the ones to beat them when they finally do lose them. I hope. I hope, just as a sidebar moving forward with the Creed brothers, I hope they get rocketed to the moon at some point because they are so damn good.
I wonder how they're going to get back in NXT, or if they're just going to go main roster with them. That was the other thing I considered, was just maybe they just show up on the main roster, because they lost the loser leaves NXT match.
Oh, did
Dyad.
they?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
like,
that.
oh yeah, the Dyad's definitely going to lose because they've been, they've been requesting their release. So everyone's like, oh yeah, of course they're going to lose. And nope, Nope, the Creed brothers lost, and it was like, oh, okay, that's weird. All right. I think you're right about Stacks. I think we see a little bit of a turn. I also think that Shawn Michaels likes the fucking breakneck booking sometimes.
The what
where the breakneck booking where you get something unexpected and you fucking whip your head. You're like, what? I think that's why we saw Dom win. That's why it wouldn't surprise me to see fucking Mustafa Ali win. Or fucking Corbin win. Like, I just think that Shawn thinks that there's money in like that style of like, booking for the sake of going, oh, like I can't believe that happened. So, but that being said, I do like Gallus here, and once again, Tom, I'm going to copy your pick exactly with 2 points. Giving the Gallus boys the 2 points. I just missed their old theme. Poot.
Yeah, their old theme was a banger.
Yeah.
And also, do you know what Gallus means?
I do not.
Gallus, I don't have the exact one, but it's basically brash or bold. Along that vein. So that's what Gallus stands for.
They are that.
Yeah, they are. They're awesome. I loved them back in NXT UK. Like they're just great. I am going to put my 5-pointer on Gallus because I think they need to hold on to it for a little bit longer. And I would like to see Tony D'Angelo versus Stacks Linguini.
Lorenzo.
Yeah,
wow.
That's what I said.
Ransom?
Stacks Guido Mercantile.
That's
what Stacks Guido Mercantile. What
this is NXT's fault for this is NXT's fault for like making these like on-brand stereotypical characters. This is your fault, NXT, that Poot's doing this. You have 1, 2, and 5 remaining.
Oh, let's do 5 on Gallus for funsies.
Not Gaucus, Gallus. Although K is the most menacing letter. Tiffany Stratton defends her women's championship against Thea Hale in a submission match. Thea Hale being accompanied with Chase U, which is Andre Chase and Duke Hudson. Is this me? This is me. It is still Tiffy time. I can't explain why Tiffany Stratton works. She shouldn't. She's very green. Her personality is very unlikable. But for whatever reason, man, it is just doing the right thing at the right time. I love Thea Hale, and I think that, again, Thea Hale is going to be a big star, but she is super green as well. But, man, she is a fucking ball of energy. And, like, I can see Chase U being a main roster act because of Thea Hale. I think that Thea Hale will get that group over because she's fucking crazy. She's got the fucking crazy eyes, the fucking hydrogen psychosis. And she's a blast to watch, but she's still green in the goose shit. So all that adds up to Tiffy to it still being Tiffy time to the tune of 4 points. Pootski?
Tiffany for 3.
Ransom.
Whoever is not Tiffany for my lowest points that I have left.
Thea Hale, 1 point.
Nailed it.
Any rationale behind that, or just because you like to play the antagonist sometimes?
Yeah, I'm just you guys picked Tiffany, and I feel like going against the grain.
Okay, I mean, hey, man, what is those feelings have served you in the past? Absolutely. Tom.
It's gonna be Tiffany Stratton for all 7.
Bold moves. Bold move, Henry. Finally, Melo is going to miss. Carmelo Hayes defends the NXT Championship against Ilya Dragunov. Trick Williams obviously being in Melo's corner. Poot, who you got?
Well, I only got my one left, and it's going to go with the true conductor of violence. That's Ilya Dragunov. I'm going with Dragunov. He needs something good, and I think this would be good. I think it would be interesting, and he is pure fun and charisma. He's just like, I don't know. There's a thing about Ilya Dragunov that I just am like, I love this. There's something about it's elegant violence at its finest. It's like rage packed into a tiny little angry Russian, and who doesn't love that? Like, he's really good in the ring. He tells an incredible story. Nothing against Carmelo Hayes, but man, I think Melo's gonna miss on this one.
Again, I'll say I miss his old music. Like fucking Comrades of the Red Army was just perfect for Dragunov. And yep. I get what they're trying to do. But like, man, like sometimes, like same as fucking Gunther. Like sometimes a theme just fits. Like and again, Gunther's theme is a banger. I really like Gunther's theme. It's just not what it was, and that's a bummer. And same with Ilya Dragunov. His theme's perfectly serviceable, but it's just not Comrades of the Red Army. Ransom, you're up.
Go on.
Oh. I don't fucking know. Carmelo Hayes, whatever I have left.
2-pointer.
Nailed it.
Tom?
It's my 6-pointer, and it's going on Carmelo Hayes.
I mean... Melo don't miss. Melo don't miss. Like, that's just... It's a fact of life. And it's a fact that I think that NXT fans are going to be very well acquainted with over the next year. I think that he's going to take this title back to, like, you know, the olden days before the tie-dye. I think he's going to make this title respectable again. I think that this is going to be a great fucking match. And it would not shock me if they, continue to roll with this feud. But, yeah, man, as good as Dragunov is, I think Melo is the guy that they're investing in right now. So I will take Carmelo Hayes for 6 points. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Great American Bash.
That's me out on an island. Ilya Dragunov. Dragunov Island. 150 years, Dragunov.
That's Rick and Morty. I would love to see. Honestly, I'd love to see if there was one like match I could like guarantee a victory for, it would probably be Thea Hale. And I know that I said that she's pretty green and everything, but man, she is just a spark plug right now, and everybody's into her. And I just think it would be a fun move.
When is Great American Bash?
Sunday.
Weird.
Sunday.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing main roster shows on Saturdays, NXT on Sundays, but that seems to be the way of things.
Well, they know that NXT is the premium show. Deserves to be on a premium day.
They don't want to put NXT up against the AEW show.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, HBK fears AEW. I mean, that's rational, but I think that these were booked before Collision was a thing. I think that I think that the pervasive opinion continues to be they're just looking to avoid unnecessary conflict with UFC. And UFC has a big event coming up on Saturday, so it makes sense to avoid that. And now that Endeavor is going to be the umbrella that holds them all, it'll be weird to see what happens with everything, whether they completely try to separate the two and have them not occur on the same days at all, or if they're just fuck it, we have two completely different audiences, let's just lean into it.
You mean if there's a WWE pay-per-view
the same day as a UFC pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Which we know that Tony Khan avoided because he was buddies with Dana White, and he's like, well, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and we'll talk about UFC on this show, and now UFC's in bed literally with WWE, and Tony Khan's like, well, fuck, now we're stuck with our fucking pay-per-views on Sunday nights like a schlub. Damn it.
Like a schlub.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I like all the politics surrounding wrestling right now. It's just
weird. Yeah, no, agreed. Nothing, it's still, I think, in a boom period, honestly. I still think that we're seeing some pretty exciting stuff. But there's definitely a lot more weird threads that I want to pull at because I'm upset about stuff too. I think the fact that it's wrestling as a whole is more intriguing now means that I care more. And when I was just kind of casually watching WWE PLEs, it's whatever. What the fuck ever happens. It's fucking WWE. Who cares? Now I'm invested, and I'm man, LA Knight, for example. Jesus
Yepperoo.
Fucking Christ. All right. Does the fucking 2x4 have to hit you in the damn face for you to go, huh?
Yep.
This is important. Because we heard in April, well, you can't have an LA WrestleMania without LA Knight. They did. Well, LA Knight's completely over in the UK. Let's give him Money in the Bank. They didn't. They did not. Fans are cheering for LA Knight over Butch. So, yeah, go fucking figure that. And now it's okay, well, he's getting huge responses every fucking week. They're giving him mic time. They're making sure he has segments on television sometimes. Obviously, he's going to be a part of the U.S. title matches at SummerSlam, right?
Nope.
Nope. So I don't know, man. Somebody talk me off a ledge.
Nope. You're on the ledge, and
what?
that's where you belong because that makes the most sense.
So apparently the plan is to post SummerSlam, put him in a program with Austin Theory. And
why?
Because apparently the logic there is, and this is the thing that fucking pisses me off the way that they word this. They said, it's because Austin Theory's the one that got LA Knight over in NXT.
You're thinking Grayson Waller.
Oh, Grayson Waller.
I read that report too.
Oh, okay. You read that one. I'm sorry. Not that. Yeah. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Replace everything. Replace every Austin Theory I said with Grayson Waller, and I'm 100% correct. Retcon. When you said Theory, I'm why the fuck would they wait till after SummerSlam for Theory? Honestly, Santos is probably going to beat Theory at SummerSlam. I read a report that WWE wants a Latin champion. Santos is a great hand. I wish him nothing but success. I don't like this rendition of the LWO so much. I think it's kind of pandering. But that fucking hurt that you said La Sombra is a good hand. Ugh.
Hey man. This is a spot that Andrade could have been in, where he could have been a mid-card champion, as opposed to walking away getting embroiled in AEW where he's not really used too much.
Yeah.
Trying to walk away from that, getting in fights backstage because he's not happy with how he's being used.
Yeah.
At some point, I think as wrestling fans, we do have to admit that being on television, getting weekly time, and even being in championship matches is a victory. He's not fucking JTG sitting in catering for 6 years.
Also, JTG did that on purpose. He would purposely hide.
What asshole?
Yeah, just to get his day rate of, what was it, $500?
I swear to God, he had something on Triple H. I swear to God, he had something that how many fucking future endeavors came and gone, and then it was like, oh, here comes JTG's year. Nope. Like, literally 5 or 6 years, there were times where I was like, oh man, JTT's definitely hitting the floor this year. Nope. Is he on TV? Nope. He's just wandering around catering, getting paid $500 a day, eating food.
Hey man, if I got paid $500 a day to eat food, I'd do that. Fight me that you wouldn't.
That's fair. But I like Santos Escobar. I really do. And I think what they have with him and Wild and is Phoenix the other one?
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix no, that's an actor.
Joaquin Wild and I can't remember the other one's name. I almost called her Thea Hale. Fucking Malachi's wife.
Selena Vega.
Thank you, Jesus. I don't remind that tonight. They're a great crew, regardless of their face or their heel. I think that they work really well together.
Beef, it's okay. I called Santos Escobar La Sombra. Like, we're just not having a good night, buddy.
It's fair. I mean, he is La Sombra though.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Andrade's La Sombra. I was wrong. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, reboot. My point here is I get it, and I'm fine with it. But my God, man, I read the same thing you would do. Like, oh, we're gonna get an LA Knight push after SummerSlam. Why wait? LA Knight's gonna have a segment at SummerSlam. Why a segment? It could turn into a match. Why not book a match?
I can guarantee you it's because they're waiting for the people to give up on him so they can go see we were right. That's the only reason.
Yeah, the fucking Zack Ryder effect. You know why people gave up on Zack Ryder? Because they kept putting him further and further in the dirt. You know why people didn't give up on Daniel Bryan? Because Daniel Bryan kept trying. He never fucking stopped. I just, man, LA Knight, this feels like a generational thing. This feels, and I use the word generational kind of loosely. I'm talking about, the 5-6 years of, WWE programming as it runs loop. But I mean, this is this feels like he should be your guy. And they're just we'll get around to him eventually.
That's about right.
SummerSlam's your biggest show of the year.
Yeah.
The biggest show of the summer. And, oh, by the way, they're in a football stadium. And, oh, by the way, they've sold 45,000 tickets. Football stadiums are 100,000, usual capacity. If they don't sell at least 60,000 tickets, you can't tell me it's because of some fucking elaborate set. Because WWE don't do those. WWE is gonna
at least not at shows that aren't WrestleMania.
Right. WWE is gonna get paled in comparison to fucking All Out, which I have fucking thoughts about that too, and we'll probably get into that. But I really want to talk about this fucking LA Knight thing because it's a real fucking bummer.
I don't know what more, dude. Here's the problem: we don't have anything else to say. We've said it all. We've said it week after week. Just pull the fucking trigger. We've said it before. Pull the fucking trigger, Zack Ryder, on Zack Ryder. Pull the fucking trigger on Dolph Ziggler. You would think, just seeing how when something organic happens, you capitalize it. Why do you think why do you fucking think, aside from many either jokey answers or the obvious, why do you think there are so many cult classic characters in ECW? It's because when someone went up to Paul Heyman and went, Paul, I want to do this, he went, fucking run with it. And if it worked, they pushed. If it didn't, they tried something else. It's not brain surgery.
Nope, you're 100% correct, and I think that's why Paul was, and still is, the smartest guy in the room. He was able to get out of his own way. Couldn't balance a checkbook, but he was able to he was able to get out of his own way, and understand what was good for the company.
Right, and that's the problem, is that I can't. My thing that blows my mind is that LA Knight. I believe he's still their top merch seller right now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
I think he's top 3.
Yeah. How do you ignore that? How do you ignore all this? I still go back and watch the 2 reactions he got on the SmackDown before Money in the Bank, and then his entrance at Money in the Bank. The crowd was so hot. And when he turns and he says, London, tell them whose game this is. And you could see you could tell he was trying not to get emotional. Because the sound was ridiculous. It was ridiculously impactful.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculously. And go ahead. I gotta check.
No, you're good.
I gotta check and see, because apparently they fixed my air conditioner. I don't feel it, so I'm gonna go check on that. But go ahead.
I remember texting you guys, and Ransom replied to me, but I remember texting you guys 3 weeks ago about LA Knight not being on the show after Money in the Bank, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? And then the second week, they were holding the U.S. title invitation. I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? How is LA Knight not a part of this? And I was pissed off for half the night until they ran the promo for the next week that showed he was part of it, and then I was like, oh, okay, he's just going to be in part 2. And then get to the finals, fight his way in, and then fight Theory at SummerSlam. Okay, all right. And I text that to you guys, and Ransom was like, nope, just wait. Or he was like, we'll see. And I'm like, no, man, they can't miss it. No, man. Fucking damn it, Ransom. You talk about not having anything between your fucking ears, but the reason that you are such a fucking benefit to this show is because you understand the WWE mythos, I think, more than the rest of us. You can see the forest from the trees. And while you can appreciate what we're saying to be correct, and while you know that LA Knight is a fucking commodity and all this other stuff, you also know how the machine works.
So I want to make... I want to put my theory to this out there. Where did LA Knight? Where was he before WWE?
Impact.
He started in NXT and then went to Impact.
And then he did a brief stint in
MLW,
I didn't know MLW.
No, you're right. NWA. Yep.
Because that's where he cut the Shoes of a Champion promo at.
Yep.
Who was he when he first started in NXT?
Eli Drake.
He was Eli Drake.
I think was that his name in NXT? Was Eli Drake? That's what he was in TNA.
That's what he was in TNA. I don't know about what he was in NXT, because whenever he was in NXT the first time before Impact and everything like that, I don't know that he got to the point where they had him wrestling regularly or anything like that. Excuse me. I know he was on that fucking he was on that workout DVD with Triple H and gave even back then.
So when did the start happening on TV?
For him?
TNA.
Yeah.
In Impact.
Yep.
So there's my theory on the matter. And I think that's why WWE is different than ECW, because someone would go to Paul Heyman and go, hey, I have this idea. Here's what I want to do. And he'd go, all right, do it. See what happens. If it failed, they tried something else. If it succeeded, they kept running with it. WWE, and I know we could spend a 45-minute long argument on just this point alone, but WWE is still run by the Voldemort of the wrestling world.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much we want to say, well, Triple H, well, Shawn Michaels, well, no. Voldemort of the wrestling world still runs the show. And LA Knight didn't get fan popular with the LA Knight, yeah, in NXT. He got popular with that somewhere else. And he came back to WWE, and they still didn't want to use him. They wanted to make him a manager, and they did. And now he's a wrestler again, and he's LA Knight, and he's doing the yeah thing, and it's working. But while that works for the fans, that doesn't work for the Dark Lord. Because we have said it time and time again. If you're not a Vince McMahon guy, if you're not a Vince McMahon creation, you will not get to the moon in WWE. It's a once in a blue moon diamond in the rough where you can start here, go somewhere else, succeed wildly, and they'll have you back. It's not an everyday occurrence.
Okay, I'm back.
And what?
I'm back. I apologize. I just wanted to say I'm back.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So my theory is that's what's happening. And we can pepper it in with all of the, rainbow, sparkle, sunshine of, well, he doesn't need a title. Oh, he doesn't need the briefcase. Oh, he doesn't need that. He's already over. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, you don't need that stuff to be over. But you're not somebody unless you have the glorified prop with you. Stone Cold would not have been Stone Cold if he never became Intercontinental Champion and never became WWE Champion. Same with The Rock. They would have been popular. They would have had crowd phrases. People would have cheered for them. But they wouldn't have been as impactful as they were had the WWE machine not gotten behind them and said, you know what? Champion time. You know what?
Yep.
Bigger champion time. LA Knight's not getting that, and my theory of that is because WWE didn't see it, Vince didn't see it, he went somewhere else, everybody else saw it. He became wildly popular, the fans loved him, they brought him back, still didn't see it, tried to make him a manager, but the fans still rallied behind him. So they said, all right, well, I'm going to, the Dark Lord begrudgingly grants you the rank of wrestler. But we will not grant you the rank of champion. And that's my theory as to why. He's not a WWE homegrown crowd fan favorite guy character. He did that on his own. And WWE is going to capitalize on that. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yepperoo. They're getting their merch sales. They're making their money off of him. But the Dark Lord who sits in the Dark Tower is going to look at him and go, I didn't make you. You don't deserve that big shiny prop that I made. Just like I didn't make you, you don't get what I made. That's my theory behind the matter. There's no other rhyme or reason in my mind that I can think of as to why it's taking so long. And I know Triple H is trying to put that positive spin on it. I get it. I don't blame Triple H. I think he's doing the best that he can with what he has access to. But I worked for Verizon Wireless. I understand positive positioning. I understand that they want to poop in your hand and try to spin it like they just gave you gold doubloons. You can't shine this up. You still shit in my hand, sir. You can call it whatever you want. You can call it rainbow swirl. You can call it double chocolate fudge. You still shit in my hand. That's what you did. It doesn't matter how you spin it. You shit in my hand. And that's what WWE is doing. The whole, like, oh, it's a sleep. Give it some time. Let's see where it goes. Yada, yada, yada. Triple H can't come out in a press conference and go, hey, you know what? Vince isn't backing this guy, so I can't do fuck all with him. Triple H can't say that. But at the end of the day, I truly believe that's what it is. They only did it with Daniel Bryan because he became so wildly popular that if they weren't going to let him do that, he was going to say, okay, fine, I'm going to ride this out. People are going to hijack your shit, and I'm going to go somewhere else, and you're going to miss out. So they were kind of backed into a corner with that, and I think they learned their lesson. Vince learned his lesson from the Daniel Bryan fiasco to where he's not going to get backed into a corner with LA Knight. If they put LA Knight in a position outside of like a Money in the Bank, if they put him in a position to be a champion and then they go, ha, fooled you, fans are going to hijack that shit. And Vince has learned from he's like the bizarro Tony Stark. Tony Stark learned from his mistakes every time. He made his suit better. He learned from his errors. Vince does the same thing, only he's the evil version of it. He learned from Daniel Bryan. He's not going to be put in that situation again to allow fans to hijack something. So until they're ready to actually pull the trigger, or if they're never planning on pulling the trigger as it is, they're going to make their money off of him, but he's not going to be the big guy.
But Ransom, the WWE fans are really in charge. We really call the shots.
Listen, man,
No.
I hear what you're saying, and I watched Taboo Tuesday and Cyber Sunday. Again, you can shit my hand and try to say, look what I've done for you. I have given you organic biomatter. No, man, you shit in my hand. That at the end of the day, that's what you did. So
The hell
they
of
can
it
spin
is-
it how they want.
The hell of it is, they could have. LA Knight could have been homegrown, but they missed the fucking boat on him.
Sure.
They damn near missed the boat on him fucking twice. They let him fucking walk from NXT, and he's like, all right, fuck it, we'll do Impact, and he fucking rolled that fucking place. And he's like, fuck it, let's go do NWA, and made a big fucking commotion. They're so angering to me because it just seemed so easy. It just seems so easy.
Like WWE, I didn't just burp in your ear. I gave you a organic symphony to
you produced a symphonic sound on a unique wavelength. Nah, man, you regurgitated your bile into my ear. Like, you could positively spit it all you want to, but like, and I think that's a WWE umbrage. Vince doesn't like it when he looks at a guy and goes, I don't know what to do with you. You're never going to make any money. He goes somewhere and makes money, and Vince goes, well, I wasn't wrong. The only reason you made money is because you started here and then went somewhere else. So come on back and make money here. You're never gonna be ever.
Well, and that's the thing is again, Beef. I want you to sing me that classic song that's at the top of the charts every single week we do this. It's about Vince McMahon and what needs to happen.
He needs to die.
There you go. Oh, that was the radio edit version, folks. Thank you for tuning in to P3 Radio. Like,
listen,
Blue Jazz WP33.
All right. Listen, we could talk about LA Knight for a while, and Vince McMahon missing on talents, and be well within our rights. I want to get into something else because I feel like this bears saying. Again, we have been a very pro AEW podcast, and at times a very anti-WWE podcast. Not anti-WWE, we're just quicker to point out WWE's mistakes.
Quicker than bricks.
I have a big fucking problem with AEW.
Whoa.
Like
Shock
big.
and fucking awe.
I know, right?
You're gonna give me a rage boner. What are you doing?
I feel like
Chicken tonight.
they were given.
Wow.
I'm going to send you a PDF about dramatic pauses that you need to read and understand why I fucking have them.
Yes, good. The anger, feel it as I did.
I'm going to give you a fucking pamphlet on high blood pressure and diabetes and what you need to do.
We've given him those for years. He cooks steaks over them.
Oh, okay.
I'm on medication. It's fine. Listen,
I'm taking pills.
AEW was given the keys to the kingdom with All In.
Keys of a champion.
They were given 65,000 people without batting an eye. They're probably going to hit 80K. Honestly. If they open up the seats for it, I bet they hit 80K. They haven't announced one match. All In is on, let me make sure I get the date right here, August 27th. Exactly 1 month from today. There is not one match booked. And the only match that I can see so far being built is MJF versus Adam Cole. And yes, that has been the best build in wrestling right now. It's probably the best thing happening in wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Outside of LA Knight. Maybe including LA Knight. Because at least AEW is like, hey, let's go with it. At least until this Saturday when they probably break up. Anyway. It's been built very well. AEW knows how to book their main events perfectly. Or at least getting to there. However, here we sit a month from what is literally the biggest show, at least attendance-wise, in the company's history. Nothing on paper.
Nope.
I just read an article today that Will Ospreay, hometown favorite, is not going to be facing Kenny Omega in the rubber match. But instead it's going to be facing fat-ass Chris Jericho.
Whoa, easy now.
Now, I like Chris, but he doesn't need to be facing Will Ospreay. You know why? Because Chris is old and slow and in need of care. Will Ospreay is a dynamic talent that needs to be in the range of other dynamic talents. You could book him against fucking Commander, and it would be a better match. You could book him against fucking Vikingo. It would be an amazing match.
Amazing.
You could just say, what the fuck ever. Let's book Zack Sabre Jr. against him, and it would be incredible. But the one thing you can't do is put him in the ring with Chris Jericho, because Chris Jericho has very little in the tank, physically.
Oh.
Character-wise, sure, still good, kind of. Jericho Appreciation Society's kind of phoned in, whatever. Like, charisma, no one's ever questioned that about Y2J. But, like, when I heard All In, I'm like, okay. Like, if they don't do Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, it's a fucking mistake. And, like, now we're to that point where I think that they're probably not going to do that. They could have had the blow-off for the Blackpool Combat Club and the Elite there instead, but they didn't do that either because they gave it away on free TV just because. I don't understand the booking of All In. Again, this is like, there's no guarantee that they will ever have another show this big. If I was Tony Khan, the minute that this was announced, and this was announced, back in May, I believe. All of my booking from May until August the 24th, no, 25th, because they'll have Collision, would have been built up to that. And yes, I know that Forbidden Door was a great show and that they had to build it a little bit. Okay. But like, I just feel it's being squandered. Much like LA Knight, I feel like this giant opportunity is being squandered and is on the potential precipice of disaster. Now, again, I want to quantify. When I say disaster, when I'm talking about AEW, it doesn't mean, when I talk about AEW, it doesn't mean fucking cataclysmic, fucking fire raining from the sky like it does in WWE. I'm talking about AEW putting on a B-level WWE show, which, again, sometimes I'll give them a pass for that. Double or Nothing, I think, was right along that same vein. I'll give them a pass for it because it was an okay show. But, like, all in, you're in front of 70, maybe 80,000 people in a proven wrestling, area. Like, you saw how hot Money in the Bank was. Imagine that times 2 or 3. That could be Wembley Stadium on August 27th. And we have nothing to show for it except for this booking of Max and Adam Cole. So I think there's a problem. I really do.
I don't think it's a problem. I think it's maybe he's just playing the thing of like, we're gonna wait until the last minute and then just drop all these fucking awesome matches on people, or like or at least that's the thought process he has.
Okay, but you know what makes an awesome match even better? A build. Yeah, a fucking 3-week build. Even a 3-week build.
I'm not excusing it. I didn't get to finish my statement. I think this is, again, I understand that eventually we're going to have to quit leaning on this, but I think this is new Booker syndrome. I think that's the problem, is that he sees, well, we got the tickets sold, fuck it, we can do whatever we want.
But AEW was booked so well for the first 2 or 3 years of their existence. Like, I think that we can all agree on that. Like, that they didn't miss many shows. Like, most of their pay-per-views were fucking on. And that's what's confounding to me, is that it was fine, it was working well, and then all of a sudden there was a fucking upturn in the apple cart somewhere. And I know everyone's going, oh, well, CM Punk come back. Well, fucking CM Punk has nothing to do with fucking booking, does he? I honestly think, and again, just my wild fucking mind wandering, I'm sure. I honestly think between the Cody stuff and, yes, the arrival of CM Punk, some people in positions of power felt threatened. And logical booking kind of went out the window in response to that.
I mean, dude, I don't mean to cop out here, but you kind of said it. I don't know. I don't know, man. You just kind of said it. There's nothing more to say. And I'm not trying to move on to different things or whatever. I'm just saying, you can't, there's nothing you can refute. You can't say, well, I was getting ready to load up my standard 6-shooter excuse of, well, we'll just have to wait and see. But the thing is, you're not wrong. there's no build. I'm not going to lie. Last week, whenever I was trying to catch up on wrestling and I watched AEW and they mentioned the Wembley sales, they mentioned something about Wembley. I went, oh, fuck yeah, they're doing that, aren't they?
Right? A month. I'll tell you this. And, fucking debate, talk, whatever. If they do not have Omega versus Ospreay, I damn well better see fucking the Bucks and Omega versus Punk and FTR. Like, that is the only other thing I can think of that they could put on the show that would draw that kind of, like, really, like, fuck you money. And again, like, I get it. The AW faithful will buy the pay-per-view. And, they've already sold the tickets and this, that, and the other thing. I understand all of this.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, man. Like, I thought Omega versus Ospreay was a fucking, like, especially whenever Ospreay beat him at Forbidden Door, I thought it was a fait accompli. I thought that was absolutely happening. The match was absolutely happening in Ospreay's backyard. But apparently not. Allegedly. Again, and this is, just based on a report that I read. So, put whatever fucking stock in that you want. But
maybe it's something that they put out in a report, or it was something that was being discussed, because, like, I mean, maybe this is one of those things of them not seeing the forest through the trees, or maybe it's something internal where the wrestlers go, oh, well, fucking, I want to wrestle Chris Jericho. Like, Chris Jericho still holds water. Like, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, wrestling Chris Jericho for a wrestler is still a big deal. But you're right. He is on the downslope, man. Like, no offense to Jericho. Well, who did I fucking point this out to when, week to week, it feels like Jericho vacillates between looking really good for his age and ready to go, or looking like he's well past his prime. Like, literally week to week.
I think when he wants to, he can absolutely, like, still put on that, the fucking Ayatollah of rock and roll. But, like, it's fewer and farther between anymore.
Yeah.
And, again, I know that I'm not alone in saying this Jericho Appreciation Society has been kind of meh at best. It was like inner circle, but not the inner circle.
I love how, like, whenever we talk about how Jericho's past his prime, every once in a while we get just like puppy dog Ransom going, oh.
And I love Jericho. I do. He honestly is one of my Mount Rushmore guys, over fucking Ric Flair, because Jericho was able to evolve and change and reinvent and stay relevant, without having this.
Didn't get rapey.
Didn't have to have the same fucking gimmick for fucking 40 years. Like, he's done amazing things for the sport, for New Japan, for AEW, for younger wrestlers. He absolutely has. But, like, right now, and again, I'm not going to pull any punches. The biggest show in the company's history. All In was the biggest show of AEW's history until now, the original All In. And it wasn't AEW at that point, but it was like the flashpoint, where AEW kind of happened. All In 2023, without a doubt, is their biggest show of their history thus far. And I would not piss away Will Ospreay's prime with Chris Jericho match. You can have Jericho versus Ospreay in 2 years, whenever Ospreay's probably looking to take it easy a little bit, and Jericho needs someone to help him walk through the matches more so than he does now. I need Ospreay versus Omega 3 at All In for it to be a success.
True.
I'm talking a lot, and I want.
Bold words.
Well, that's one of those things, man. We were just gonna. I was just like, we're gonna let him go because this isn't like beef yelly puffery excitement. This is like, I was like, okay, we're gonna let him have this one. Like, let's you know, let him run the jewels on this one. Because
there's not much else more to say to that. I agree with it. I don't really have much more to add to that. That's
like, I mean, this is and part of it might be because this is not something I thought about. I'm like, well, Wembley's going to be a big show. We'll see how it goes. That's honestly like whenever I remembered that it was no, and I like that's it. I mean, I don't really like.
I love the Poot autopilot. Oh, it's gonna be a big show. We'll see how it goes.
No, but I mean, what else do you want me to do? I'm not gonna sit here and Charlie Day Beautiful Mind all of it.
No, like, I envy it. I envy it. I wish that I could be and you know I don't want to say aloof because that's not fair to you. But like I wish I could
it's
be
aloof.
Like that.
It's aloof. Because
I don't.
I'm with you. I'm kind of in the same wheelhouse with you, Poot. Like, it's just one of those, like, they haven't announced any matches yet. Generally speaking, AEW puts on, you know, a damn good show and something that we stand around for half an hour outside of beefs talking about after the fact. So, like, it's just one of those, okay, well, you know, when they start announcing matches, I'll start getting more excited, but, like, you know, we'll just see what happens.
And it's not one of those things where I don't care. It's just like, I mean, I like if I sit here and think about it, it's going to frustrate me, and then I'm going to go into the pay-per-view going, me. Like,
and that's the thing. Like I wish that you know, I don't know. Like I think that's kind of the ride or die of AEW and me. Like the fucking AEW Kyle and me. That's like
Kyle.
You know,
Kyle.
You know, I you know, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like the days of trusting Tony Khan as a booker, I think, have passed for me, or not trusting him as a booker, giving him the benefit of the doubt as a booker. I feel like there's still. I feel like he may be on autopilot. Sadly enough, like I feel like because you know again, the dude's got a million things going on. You know, it's coming to football season, and we know that he's a vice president of the fucking Jaguars. So like, yeah, like he's got a life outside of AEW, and I understand that. But again, man, like this is fucking like WrestleMania 1 for them. Like this is if there was a make or break point, I think that this would be it. Like they need to show, yes, we can grow, and yes, we can evolve, and yes, we are still amazing, and this is their opportunity to do that. And I don't want to see them squander it because of lackadaisical booking.
I get it. But I don't think one way or another. I don't think this show's going to be a flop. I don't.
No, I don't. You know, especially after Double or Nothing was kind of just like
Whoa.
the beginning anyway was very
meh.
Very yeah, and like it took a while to build. I don't think, but I mean, damn man, like let's do some fucking long-term booking here. You know, just damn it. And I'm really worried that they're probably gonna have Ricky Starks versus Punk there, and I'm really worried that CM Punk's gonna get one over because he's the good guy, but he's not anymore. No one thinks he's the good guy. No one's playing with him as the good guy. Like, he's the villain. Let Ricky Starks play the face. For fuck's sake, Tony. Quit thinking yourself out of really good spots.
Hey.
You know?
Was it just me or did he cut out there?
I did, because I had to yell at my cat for eating my lights.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I know we're getting long on the tooth here, but I have one more thing that I think might pique interest.
Is it boobies?
Is it eyebrows?
It is not. It is two words. 2 words for you fellas. Bray Wyatt.
That hasn't piqued interest for years.
Hold on. This is my response. Okay.
Fair.
I don't have a soundboard, but if somebody does, could you cue the snoring soundboard?
I can queer. I can
Queer.
What? Wait, hold on.
I can cue this up.
Yeah. Or there's this.
Yep.
Or
yeah,
there's
that's perfect.
Or there's this.
Hey guys, I got Bray Wyatt news. Crickets.
Speaking of losing faith in a guy really quickly, like, remember how great the White Rabbit was?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I remember.
So, like, where did we end up? How is the Uncle Howdy thing really that bad?
Can I answer your question?
Please.
Okay. He came back. Good. Uncle Howdy. Weird. One match. Okay. Mountain Dew plastered everywhere. Gone. I'll say it again for the 4 billionth time. How long am I supposed to give a hoot about Bray Wyatt when he spends most of his time being gone and coming back? Why would I care? Why do I care? Why should I care at all about Bray Wyatt when he spent what felt like 3 decades coming back, doing promos, to having one weird lit, bizarre Mountain Dew logo plastered match against poor LA Knight, and then Uncle Howdy's a good guy. No, Uncle Howdy's a bad guy. No, well, Uncle Howdy's with Bray Wyatt. Well, Uncle Howdy's going to jump off this thing, miss LA Knight completely. Is he on Bray Wyatt's side? Nobody knows, because that was 4 years ago, and we haven't seen them since. Why do I care? If Bray Wyatt comes back, does some wrestling, and sticks around, okay, I'll start to let my interest peek out of my body. But if Bray Wyatt comes back and it's going to be 4 months of weird, nonsensical promos, because, hey, that's what Bray Wyatt does. He does weird promos. It's a Bray Wyatt thing. Yay, Bray Wyatt promos. And then he has one match between the time that he comes back, one match in 4 months, and then nothing until next year. Why should I care?
And the bad thing about that is, I don't know if it's a Bray Wyatt thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's him.
Fuck him.
Having problems getting back to work. I know part of the reason why he was gone for so long was he was dealing with a lot of mental illness or whatever, and he was dealing with after fucking Brody Lee had passed away. And I get that. That's fine. If you're not like fit to work or whatever in your own mind or in the company's mind, then you're not going to work. But I feel like a lot of times too, when we say how disappointed we are, it's not necessarily with the wrestlers themselves. And I can't speak for Ransom on this one in regards to Bray Wyatt, but a lot of times it's more so creative. Creative has nothing for these people. Like, then what can you do? Like, you can bang your head against the wall. If Bray or whoever for that matter, anybody is coming to creative saying, well, I have this idea and I have this idea and I have this idea, and creative just fucking shoots them down left and right, and they're not given anything. If they're not given a platform to fucking work with, then you can't really fault them themselves. But I do agree with Ransom. It's I can't sit here and get emotionally invested, and that's the key word: emotional investment. Make me fucking care about something. Make me give a shit for one reason or another. And I can't do that if somebody is absent, or if they are if they're here 1 minute, gone the next, and very spotty. I can't do it. It's hard. You have to consistently be there. It can be look at Dominic Mysterio. Perfect example. Nobody gave a fucking two shits about Dom. Everybody thought he was the worst thing ever. Whenever he first came up around, and then he was a good guy, and he was fucking fetus face, baby meat, and we were like,
ew.
He's whatever. He's whatever.
Yeah, man.
But they fucking stuck it out, and then he turned him heel, and they kept going. He kept getting a little heat, and built on it, and now he's the fucking best heel in the company. Consistency is key. You gotta do it that way. Like how it would be like watching a brand new show, of something, a new debut series, and it's like, here's this amazing brand new premiere episode Sunday nights at 9 on fucking HBO or whatever, and then it doesn't come back on for another month and a half. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to care? Because you know how much has happened in that month and a half? I've forgotten all about your show. I'm on to something else. And that's, unfortunately, that's what's happened with Bray Wyatt.
He never recovered from the debacle that ended The Fiend.
True.
He never recovered from that. Not yet, at least.
He had...
We were sickened by that. That ruined WrestleMania night whenever that bullcrap happened. Then, all those years later, what it seems, Bray Wyatt comes back with this Uncle Howdy gimmick. He comes back with this White Rabbit thing. We were all on the edge of our seats. People were jumping out of their seats. We were all excited. And then week after week after week after week after week, it was weird, nonsensical, where are they going with this Uncle Howdy thing promos? Just Uncle Howdy with Bray Wyatt? Uncle Howdy's against Bray Wyatt? Is Uncle Howdy separate from Bray Wyatt? Is he a figment of Bray Wyatt's? Like, what's going on with Uncle Howdy? We don't know. Nobody knows. That drug out for what it felt like decades, which culminated in a match. One match. And then he went away again.
What match was that?
The Mountain Dew Pitch Black match with LA Knight.
No.
Yeah.
I'll do all of you one better. He never recovered from losing to John Cena. Period. Like, print that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, had he beat Cena, there's a chance he beats Taker the next year. Had he beat Taker the next year, fucking sky's the limit. I feel like, and like he has rebound. So, but like the Fiend, yeah, sure was successful, and yeah, sure he had, the Universal title run as the Fiend and the WWE title run as Bray Wyatt. Yeah, I mean, I get it. That both those occurred after losing to John Cena. So to say never recovered from that, it seems nonsensical. But honestly, like, I feel like once that happened, I stopped. The mysticism was gone.
Well, it didn't help he lost Goldberg either.
No, exactly.
Stop it.
So like, and I think that like he had kind of like Sasha Banks syndrome, where like him losing on the biggest stage every single time hurt his credibility as the guy, or even as a guy.
Absolutely.
So when he comes back as the White Rabbit, and again, like that was fucking a masterwork. Make no mistake about it. The White Rabbit thing had people buzzing for months. Ending up with this fucking Uncle Howdy wet fart stuff is just, it's criminal. It's criminal. I guess my thought was rumored to be heading into the fall spoopy season. We're going to see Bray Wyatt take on Cody.
Oh, good.
And I think that's a lose-lose for everybody. I don't think it helps Cody beat Bray Wyatt, because like you said, he's been gone. He's had one match in 2023. He's had 2 matches in the last 3 years. So like, what's that gonna do? I think Bray Wyatt beating Cody helps Bray Wyatt, but are they gonna capitalize? No. They never have, and they never fucking will. But it irrevocably hurts Cody. Cody can trade a loss to Brock Lesnar. Okay. Cody can go 2-1 against Brock Lesnar and be just fine. And then, if anything, it actually helps his credibility a little bit, the way he lost. Losing to Bray Wyatt is not like losing to Brock Lesnar. And if Cody's gonna be the guy to beat Reigns next year, be it by winning the Royal Rumble or winning Elimination Chamber, whatever. If Cody's gonna be your guy, having him lose less than 6 months beforehand to a guy who, again, has had a total of 2 televised matches in the last 3 years.
Wait, why are you assuming that he's going to lose to Bray Wyatt, though?
Well, I'm posturing that, saying that, like, if Cody wins, it doesn't matter. It doesn't help him at all. If Cody loses, it doesn't help him, obviously. And while it helps Wyatt, it's not going to last. And, like, if they go, 50-50 booking, which I could see happening, again, it's not going to help Wyatt in the long run, because they're not going to do anything with it. And it's going to do more damage to Cody and this whole fucking, finish the story thing. So, like,
you're assuming that they'll actually do something to help Bray Wyatt. They haven't done anything to help him. So why would they start now? But
my first point, again, was that even if it's a one-match deal, Cody comes in and wins, what's the payoff there? Like, oh, Cody beat Bray Wyatt. Oh, a guy who's had 2 matches in the last 3 years. Wow. No. And, like, I don't know what the answer is for Cody. I don't know if it's maybe Gunther after losing the Intercontinental title might be an option. I don't want to see him in the World Championship hunt, because I don't think that would make sense. Again, especially not if you want him to be the guy that's going to take down Reigns, which, by all accounts, is the plan. Which, again, we've heard that before.
No.
So, like, I don't know why they would do that, but that's the rumblings I'm hearing, is that could possibly happen. And I heard it could have happened for SummerSlam. I'm glad that they're doing Cody versus Lesnar 3. But, like, I don't get... I think that Bray needs a clean start. Again. Honestly, and this is something that I don't understand, because I'm not an artist, okay? But, like, I think that people who hate their one-hits and they want to go and do something different because they don't want to be typecast or whatever. Fucking Metallica not liking Enter Sandman. Fucking Robert Downey Jr. not wanting to play Iron Man because he didn't want to be that guy anymore. Fucking Kirsten Dunst not wanting to play Mary Jane because she didn't want to be typecast. Like, man, if you're fucking all these James Bond actors, if you're good enough that you fit a fucking role and people are like, yes, this is perfect. And then you turn around and you say, I don't want to do this because I don't want to be that guy the rest of my life. Like, that's pretty fucking shitty to all your fucking fans. And like, yes, I know that we all value the Swamp Wizard very much here. Absolutely. But I think that The Fiend was a success. Minus, the handling of the Universal title loss to Goldberg. Like, I think The Fiend and the loss to Orton, which I think was the final nail in the coffin. Bray doesn't want to go back to it because Bray's an artist. Good for you, Bray. You know how many fucking artists fucking starve? Like, a lot. Because for their craft. Like, I appreciate Bray, and I love what he's trying to do. And I've been a Bray Wyatt guy since the word go. But, like, I can't, in good conscience, support this fucking Uncle Howdy stuff just because it's so esoteric. And it didn't go anywhere. And it had no rumblings of going anywhere. Bray, my man, play the hits. Bring back The Fiend. Bring back the Funhouse. Bring back the puppets. People loved it. And they're still clamoring for it to happen. What's the fucking... Why?
Well, because you also run the risk at some point, if you keep playing the hits and keep playing the hits, then you end up fucking Ric Flair.
Oh.
Sure. No, I get it.
So,
and that's... No, you're 100% right. But I think that, like, for right now, though, especially to, like, ease yourself back into the fucking product, like, when Jericho would always come back, he'd come back as Y2J. And then it would always kind of fucking evolve into something else. But it always started as, like, fucking crazy-ass, cocky Y2J. And then it evolved into, fucking short pants Jericho, or fucking break the code Jericho, or fucking scarf Jericho. Like, but it always started as, like, that guy. I think that you need a rational jumping off point. And if you want to jump off, awesome. If you're heading for the deep end, go for it, big fella. You swim with those fucking sharks if you can pull it off. But I think that the whole fucking Uncle Howdy debacle has shown us that maybe Bray Wyatt, I don't want to say can't swim in the deep end, because I think he can. He's never going to be happy he's never going to be happy enough. And if creative gives him that freedom, everybody suffers. I think they need to leash him and do something that's not fucking LA Knight. That's not fucking Cody Rhodes. Like, let's give Bray, I don't know, fucking Santos Escobar, for example. I think would be a great part. A Theory, let's give him someone mid-level, fairly inconsequential, that he can kind of, like, do his thing with and become a threat again. And then go into the weird shit. But I just, if Wyatt versus Cody materializes, is hinted at SummerSlam and comes to fruition or whatever, like, I just...
Not good.
I don't see the money in it. I think that there's way more to lose than there is to gain.
Not good.
Agreed.
Bad move. They I don't know. It's not gonna sound good to say. It's gonna shine a negative light on Bray, but he strikes me as a faction guy. And maybe that's because the Wyatt family worked so well. But I see Bryant. Something different. I see him as a faction guy. I think that works well for him. He's a puppet master. No pun intended. Like, he works well when he's directing people, when he's, the manipulator, when he's the leader of a group. And yeah, the Fiend was good, but it ended poorly. It didn't go well.
Mm-hmm.
If Bray Wyatt comes back in the next 17 years, and this is me personally, everybody might feel differently, and that's fine. They need to keep Alexa Bliss away from Bray Wyatt. I don't think that needs to be a thing. Yeah, there was a thing with the Fiend and Alexa Bliss. It was weird. It I don't know. I wasn't here for it because it muddied the waters. It made it harder to understand what was happening, and they never capitalized on it. They never finished the story of like, hey, what's going on here with Alexa Bliss and the Fiend? Like, is she Fiend adjacent? Is she part of Fiend? Is what's going on here? We don't know. Never finalized. Nobody knows. And I don't want that to be a rehashing. If the Fiend comes back, I just don't want there to be another like, oh, hey, Fiend's back. Oh, hey, Alexa Bliss is back.
To your point, Ransom, I agree with you. I think Bray would be well served as a in some sort of faction, as the puppet master or whatever. So if he's gone for a while and he comes back, depending on where they are, if they're still in NXT, put him with fucking Joe Gacy in their group. Have him be, and don't cringe when I say this, because if done properly, it could work out better. But have him be like the master or the higher power or whatever, almost like how you had like Kevin Sullivan with the Dungeon of Doom, like Joe Gacy equals Kevin Sullivan, Bray Wyatt equals big fat dude that was sitting in the throne, whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm getting at? Like that, but done right, if that makes sense, and not just trying to take down Hulkamania. So
no, I agree, man. I think that Wyatt and Gacy and the fucking dyad, that absolutely could be something. Absolutely. I just, man, I just, it's like I see the reports of fucking Ospreay and Jericho, and I see the reports of Wyatt versus Cody, and I'm like, why? Like, did like Vince and Tony decide to just get high on fucking antifreeze and be like, let's just book crazy and people will love it?
Nobody give a shit about the rules.
Nobody give a shit about the rules. Also, I may have been looking on Reddit, and everybody else has the same opinion on the Ospreay versus Jericho as us. So hopefully Tony Khan has a fucking pulse on the internet, and someone can see that it's a really bad idea. It's a really, really bad idea, and maybe he shouldn't do it. Hey, do you guys want to do some Stop the Chumps?
Yeah, let's do one.
No.
We have one from the Maniac and one from our buddy Dave.
Oh, Dave. It's been the last time Dave sent in a question, the fucking Fiend was relevant, or Bray, or whatever his last iteration of bullshit was.
This was sent today, so we are skipping a month old Maniac question. So sorry, Maniac. Maybe next time.
It's Dave, so we'll blast through this one fast. Then we can get to the Maniacs.
Wow.
That's right, Dave. Bring the heat. Where you been?
Damn, man, you fucking healing up on Dave like I heal up on Pat.
Hey, man, he's no Brock Lesnar. You can't just show up once in a blue fucking moon and expect royal treatment. You're not signed to a Legends contract here on the P3.
My job.
The topic of the email is, you summoned me, chumps?
Bitches.
Damn, man. All right, so let's jump in here, eh?
Poot's still alive?
He is. I mean,
don't speak for him. You don't know.
Yeah, I do. He's in the Discord.
Yeah, but okay.
What? English?
No.
Greetings and salutations. Are we gonna wait for a verbal response from Poot before I continue?
Poot.
Oh yeah, I'm here too. You ruined the. Yeah, can you? Like, I was gonna sit here and wait until Beef came to me for an answer. Poot, what do you think I was gonna go? Oh yeah, I'm on this podcast too.
Jeez.
Yeah. What? Greetings and salutations. The man says.
I have sat back and wait and listened to this debauchery unfold during my absence. I have listened to false champions argue with inflated egos. Hurtful. I will absorb your absurdity no longer. You dare besmirch my good name and call me out? Me, the first outsider cruiserweight champion, the creator of your obsession and the alleged one? Let it begin. All right.
Is there a question somewhere in this fucking diatribe? Jesus Christ.
We all know everybody's got a gimmick. We all know the Cruiserweight Classic led to the reintroduction of the Cruiserweight Championship with the purple strap. My question is, who was the final Cruiserweight Champion to hold the previous version when it was retired before the Classic Cruiserweight Classic brought it back? As a bonus, can you tell me what year it was it retired from the wrestler? Okay, so the bonus we don't have to count. Oh, sincerely, allegedly, Dave.
Well, at least he got that right. What was the question again? Because I was.
Who was the last WWE Cruiserweight Champion before it was brought back as the in the Cruiserweight Classic?
Okay.
Oh, I 100% know this answer.
Okay.
I 100% know this answer.
Go ahead.
No, you guys go ahead and talk it out because I know this one. I know this.
Well, let's not drag it out.
Let's not drag it out. There's Uno to be played.
It's Hornswoggle, and it was at the Great American. It was at the Great American Bash back in like the mid 2000s. I can't remember the exact year.
In the mid 2000s, Hornswoggle. That sounds right. That absolutely sounds right, and I'll back you up on that.
As I recall, it was part of it was like an open championship thing, and there was Jamie Noble and Funaki and fucking what was the name of the cowboy dude? But he was also
Jimmy Wang Yang.
Yeah, Jimmy Wang Yang, who by the way drives a party bus in I believe Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, it was absolutely Hornswoggle Great American Bash. It was mid 2000 something. I know
I'm
this.
Good with doing that. Okay.
Because I remember thinking whenever the Cruiserweight Classic came around, I remember thinking, whatever happened to that belt? Because it was during a time when I wasn't watching, and I remember looking up and going, oh, how the mighty have fucking fallen.
What was the bonus that he said? Just as a because I'm gonna go with Poot on this.
What year was it retired? That probably would have been like 2013, 2014.
No, earlier than that, wasn't it?
When I say the mid 2000s, I mean the mid aughts. We get to say that now. Like it was like the mid aughts. It was somewhere around there.
2007.
So yeah, let's say 2000.
2007.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Seven. Ransom,
7.
do you want to detract from this at all, or are you good with
Suck it, Dave.
Okay. Let's hope my return will reinvigorate your existence. We don't. Okay.
Dave.
I feel us quote unquote outsiders maybe finally weighing on on you four, and it may lead to a coup of expect proportions.
Listen, if you're going to use them big fucking words, type them right, okay? I'm going to go talk to the Council of Loudmouths, and they're going to limit you to words that are only about 5 letters long, all right?
The Council of Loudmouths.
Me, then Pat, now Jimmy. Who will best you all next? Happy hunting. What a dick. The answer's Hornswoggle 2007.
You came walking back through the door, numbnuts, and I smacked the bitch out of you. That's what happened.
He did. Okay, Discord soundboard, take it easy.
Off it.
Dave, I'm not even gonna give you the gimmick. You lost,
you know
sucker.
what? He doesn't
deal
get
with
the gimmick.
it.
He gets this. Next question.
Wow. So we are just rolling into the okay. Jesus. Tom's in the mood now.
Yeah,
Look what you did, Dave. You did this to us, you son of a bitch. All right, this is from Maniac. This was June 15th. In what year did the WWE Championship change hands the most, and how many
13.
times was it?
Wait, run that by me one more time.
In what year did the WWE Championship change hands the most, and how many times did it change hands?
See, Dave, this is a question.
Wow. Such malign. I love it. I want to say
this is a fucking son of a bitch question.
I want to say like the Cena Orton years.
Brawl for All. What's the order of it?
Stop.
All right.
Brawl for All. Go.
All right. Just so it's what year had the most title changes? Is that what we're doing?
In what year?
Yeah.
Did the WWE Championship change hands the most, and how many times did it change hands?
Fuck.
I mean, it's probably the mid-aughts as well.
Oh, excuse me.
But honestly, would not shock me if it were the late 90s either. The Attitude Era loved their fucking title changes.
Yeah, that's a... So...
Damn, Empire loves their list. So like 98.
No. Now that you say that,
99 maybe.
99. Because
that's when Rock and Foley like basically were trading it every 2 weeks, right?
Wasn't that also the year that they introduced the big circle belt?
The big
Big Blue.
Yeah, Big Blue. Yeah. Rock, Mankind, Austin, Triple H. They all had that fucking title that year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I know that Rock and Mankind traded at least
and fucking McMahon had
3 or 4 times that same year.
Yeah. McMahon had it. Undertaker had it. All in 99.
Wow.
Yeah, because McMahon had it, but he
vacated it, didn't he?
Yeah, he relinquished it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that was was it? Yeah, but that was the year that there was a whole fuck ton of them that had it.
Am I thinking that that's the right year that the Foley and the Rock traded it back and forth quite a bit, or was that 98?
I'm pretty sure it was 99, but 99 had Rock, Mankind, Austin, Triple H. Dare I say they all had multiple title reigns that year.
Well, that was pretty much the main title picture.
Right, but then Undertaker, Big Show snuck in there with like one or whatever.
Sure,
at least one.
No, yeah, I think
McMahon had that. McMahon had it in 99.
That was a lot of McMahons.
So,
I think you are correct about that. Now the question is, like, did anything in the mid-aughts overtake that? Because again, I know for a while there, like Orton and Cena were trading it off like...
Yeah, but they would have each had to have traded it off at least, 4 times? Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, to be fair, that time I was not watching again. That's the gap in my fucking history.
Gap here.
But
I feel like 99 is probably the answer.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable
sure.
with that.
now, do we also have to say how many?
Yes.
Fuck.
Oh fuck.
Well, and we can kind of
shit.
we can kind our
Balls too.
the only
Okay, so let's go with this. We know for a fact Rock, Mankind, Austin, Triple H, Undertaker, Big Show, McMahon. That's 7 people there.
right.
So if they each at least had one, and I'm going to say that probably Rock, Mankind, Steve Austin, and Triple H, the 4 of them probably, if they had multiple title reigns, they probably had no more than 2. So add on another 1, 2, 3, 4, 11.
So keep them. I'm just wondering if 99 is the right year, because that was the invasion year. 99 was.
Yeah, but they were kind of. Well, I know Austin was embroiled in that. Like, they all had their, like, you know, their fingers in there, but like it didn't really impact what they were doing on the top tier part of the card.
Angle would have been in. I think Angle would have been in there too.
99 was not the invasion year.
No,
It was.
no,
because
no.
Because 99. Wait. Nope.
You're high as a kite, because it fucking didn't get sold until 2001.
Yep. I was thinking that was WrestleMania. I apologize. I think that was WrestleMania 17. I was thinking the wrong way. So that's actually WrestleMania 15, which was also main evented by Rock versus Austin.
Austin
was the face. Rock was the heel. Which was it Royal Rumble 98 that or 99 that Rock and Mankind did the I Quit match?
It wasn't 98.
Okay,
Pretty sure it was 99.
So then it was 99, because the only reason I asked, because then that was the year that the Rock and Mankind traded back and forth. So Mankind won it on Raw. Rock won it back at some point. Mankind won it at halftime heat.
No.
Rock won it at Royal Rumble in the I Quit match. Austin won it from Rock at WrestleMania. So there's 5 through WrestleMania.
Jeez.
And then who else would have had it that year, you said, other than those 3?
Triple
H, McMahon, Undertaker, Big Show.
Yep.
So that's 9. What about, was that would have been too early for Kurt Angle? That would have been too early for
Kurt Angle.
Yep.
But there had to be people that had there had to have been people with multiple title reigns, like you said, like
Triple H would have had it at least twice.
Yep.
Right.
And so would have Austin. So that's what I'm saying.
I'm fairly
that's
certain.
11.
I'm fairly certain McMahon, Big Show, and Taker only had it once.
Yeah.
All right. So if we're saying those 5 that we have counted, The Rock, Mankind, Austin, plus McMahon, Big Show, Taker, that's 8. Okay. So if we're counting another reign for Austin, that's 9. And then potentially 2 reigns for Triple H would be 10 and 11.
Yes.
Triple H carried the belt into WrestleMania 2000. And I think he had it Royal Rumble 2000, because that's where he beat Cactus Jack. So... All right, so yeah, what was the SummerSlam 99? Was that Highway to Hell?
Come on.
I think it was, because WrestleMania 2000 game had the Highway to Hell set up. I think Did Kane win it that year?
Oh,
No.
That was not the year that Kane had it for like a day and then relinquished it.
no.
Okay. Because I think did Austin lose the title to Taker at SummerSlam that year? It would make sense for Austin to like hold the title from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, and then that's when all the funky shit would happen. I mean, I'm good with 11, because again, that's fine. That's counting the 5 that we know. Another reign for Austin, 2 reigns for Triple H, Hogan, McMahon, or not Hogan, McMahon.
Hogan.
What?
Not quite yet. McMahon, Big Show,
Damn, that's-
Taker.
Stupid Hulk Hogan.
And that's a little less than once a month. A little less than once a month.
Huh?
And I know that like The Rock carried into Royal Rumble or into
Rumbler.
halftime or into that, the Raw.
Figure
Wait.
it out.
Did Foley beat Raw? Did Foley beat The Rock in 98 or 99? Because Rock won it at Rock Bottom, and that was 98.
Regardless, I think you're overthinking.
Right, but I'm just trying to think about the 5 that I think that we know. I'm trying to think if that's 5 that we know or if it's 4 that we know.
4 that we know: Rock, Mankind, Steve Austin, Triple H.
No, I'm saying the 5 leading up to WrestleMania.
Oh, regardless,
I'm the tag team champions.
No. I mean, come on, guys. That's a big date in wrestling history, because that was the date that WWE beat Nitro for the first time in the ratings in like 17 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that was, I think that was January, right? I believe that was the January. Okay. Yeah,
I can't.
I'm on board for 11. I'm on board for 11. I think 11 is probably the right number.
So 99-11.
Right.
I'm on a high.
What do you say? Are we good with those numbers, or do we want to say 12 or?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. Pat says, as much shit as you give me, the podcast is the highlight of my week, and I'm glad I could represent your champion. Thank you, Pat. The year was 1999. The title changed hands 11 times.
The fucking twofer.
Damn.
Pat and Dave can suck it.
Damn. That was, Pat, that was a really fucking good question.
That was a great fucking question.
You just,
Best question I ever heard of. Okay, somebody got it. Thank you.
I sure did. You just, you underestimate our power. So, unfortunately, Pat, you know what this means? I gotta give it to you because I love to give it to you. I feed off of this moment when I get to say these words. Pat, you brought a great.
What about a great question?
Boy, you really did great, Strong Pat.
What a great question.
Strong Pat, you did a great job.
Great question, Patty. Patty did a great.
But Pat, you did bring a great question. Unfortunately, sir,
Great.
you have lost. And you get nothing.
Just like beefy English, Patty, you get nothing.
Facts. All right, roll credits. Poot, give him the things.
Penis balls. Check things out. Go to our description for all the sponsors. Tiger Bomb Tom, Sean Tischler. He does some things. Garage sales. Make sure to go to Casual Gaming Dad. Check him out. Do the stuff. They're all over there. And we want you to buy our shirt over on Gould Gaming. For all of us, the 4 of us, one sort of champ and the rest of us, we're gonna go do the stuff Hebba-doo.
But